Welcome to Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes podcast. I'm Bert Lepore. He's Damian Monte Carlo. We're hanging here with Angry Mike D, and we talk about music, movies, and so much more.
All right, we're back with another episode of Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes, episode 96, I believe. And this
95.
One we're doing,
it's 95.
It is 95.
It is
okay.
95,
Episode
God damn, we got two 95s now, right?
we have two 94s.
Or, yeah.
Episode 95. So, this one we're going to do album battle, but it's going to be a Royal Rumble style. So instead of doing first track one of both these albums, we're going to do we're going to shake it up. So we're going to pick the names out of a hat, and they'll go up against each other. And we're going to do the Poison record, since Poison's having a great tour this summer, and everyone's giving them amazing reviews. We're going to do Look What the Cat versus Open Up and Say Ah. Both of them were pretty big hits for the band, and we'll see what we come up with here.
Yeah, so like Dame said, we're gonna shake one out of one cup,
Royal
and shake
Rumble.
one out of another cup to see who's going against two. Okay, so we got Look What the Cat Dragged In, 1986, produced by Rick, if I'm saying the right name, Broer.
Bode.
Okay, so Bode. Rick Bode. And
Or
Tom
Browdy, maybe.
Yeah, I can't say it right. And then Tom Warman, which was at 88, Open Up and Say I Came In, which was he worked with Crew, right? He was a Motley Crue guy.
Yeah, he did Motley Crue, Twisted Sister, Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff.
Yeah, and I will say before we get into the battle here, the production's definitely better on Open Up and Say Ah for me. I think the production's a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think on Look What the Cat Dragged In, I heard they had a very, very limited budget. Like literally, like I think they did it for maybe like $20,000 or something, which is unheard of to make a record. And I think they did it in like a week or something.
Oh, wow.
It was like super quick.
Wow. All right, guys. So here we go. I got Look What the Cat Dragged In on one side, and on the other side here, I got Open Up and Say Ah. So first one coming out, number 8, which is going to be Blame It On You from Look What the Cat Dragged In versus Open Up and Say Ah, comes out with number 6, which is You Look But You Can't Touch. Damo, we're going to go to you first.
They're both kind of even-ish songs. I really liked Look What You Can't Touch from the Open Up and Say Ah, which I think it was the opening track on side 2 on the cassette tape, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I'll put a vote in for that one.
Mikey D.
So, man, I had to try to put my mindset into somebody that listens to this stuff. and that was like the toughest part. And I thought, I would have liked Look What the Cat Dragged In a little more. But I'm going to go with You Can't Touch over Blame It On You.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, Blame It On You is it's okay. The choruses makes it a little bit better, but You Can Look But You Can't Touch. I think definitely beats it out. I mean, it was like out of a 5-point difference to me, it was like a 2 to a 4. So I would say Look But You Can't Touch takes it. So the way we do this is if you win the battle, you win the chip. So the chip goes to Open Up and Say Ah on that round. Open Up and Say Ah. What comes out first for them? Track number 10, which is Good to Be Bad. Or Bad to Be Good. Bad to be good. Bad to be good. Can't read my own fucking writing. Okay. Look What the Cat Dragged In. It's track number 2 is I Want Action. Damo.
This should be pretty easy. What are you doing, sweetheart? Slide not in the front. Jump in the back. Why? Because there's something back here I want to show you. Ow.
Yeah, Damo. Looks like Damo's going with I Want Action.
Remember, I forget where. Oh yeah, at when we went to the masquerade, me and Donna, we picked you up on the corner.
Yeah. Hey,
Bert, jump in the back, not in the front. Why? Because there's something back here I want to show you. Ow!
I got picked up.
So yeah, that's easy. I'm going with I Want Action. That song, it's they still do it live. It's part of their set, and it's a fun song. And actually, it is very when Green Day first came out and they had that song, but my lip and close my eye, just like Paradise.
Yeah, just like Paradise. Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
it's I Want Action. It's the same chord progression, same feel and everything. I mean, you can sing I Want Action over that. It's the same song.
Well, I mean, that first album had a little more punkier vibes to it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, it had like that, like kind of like pop punk, Green
right?
Day. You know, I felt that they were a little ahead of their time. That like I always tell like a couple guys at work are really into like late 90s, early 2000s pop punk, and I told them, it's like, man, you guys should listen to that first Poison record because it's got like that kind of vibe. And one of the guys I work with says that, yeah, I mean, their Poison was sort of like the 80s pop punk band, but yeah, I'm going with I Want
pop
Action.
punk band for posers, man.
Glam. Yeah, pop punk poser.
Triple P. So Dame goes with I Want Action. Mike D.
Yeah, I got to go with that. It's just a big song, man. That's, yeah. I kind of, it's not bad for what it is.
Not even close. It's a staple song for them. Look what the Cat Dragged In gets the win for that one. They get the chips. All right. Look what the Cat Dragged In. Track number 5, which is Look What the Cat Dragged In versus open up and say, "I'll post track number 9, which is Your Mama Can't Dance and Your Daddy Can't Rock and Roll." Okay, Damo.
This is easy. I absolutely hate Your Mama Can't Dance. Probably, man, if there was ever like a list of like top 5, we should actually do a show. Most hated songs from bands that you actually like.
Yeah.
Didn't we do something like that?
Worst albums from bands you like. We did worst albums from bands.
Okay, you're right.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if we did songs,
it's
this one
topic,
would absolutely be.
Write that down. That's in the list.
1. Yeah. So
that's got to be a lot of digging for this one, man. That's like
yeah.
I got to go through a lot of stuff to find the stuff out now.
Yeah,
So
Look What the Cat Dragged In's a good tune though.
You're not a fan of Your Mama Can't Dance, but you love Look What the Cat Dragged In.
Yeah, I do really. I mean, it could have been any song versus that, and it probably would have won.
Yeah.
But I really Look What the Cat Dragged In. I think it's a pretty cool, heavy tune.
Yep.
Lyrically, it's pretty good.
Mike D.
Yeah, and the way I did this was I kind of ranked the songs on each album 1 to 5.
Yeah.
And I says I'm going to be fair, and I'm not going to rank anything a 1, and I'm not going to rank anything a 5. Until I came to Your Mama Don't Dance and Your Daddy Don't Rock and Roll, which got the 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where I stand with that one.
Yeah.
So Look What the Cat Dragged In is actually a pretty good song.
Yeah.
I would say Your Mama Don't Dance, I could care less about. Look What the Cat Dragged In might be my favorite Poison song. So,
yeah.
Look What the Cat Dragged In gets the chips. All right, guys. Look What the Cat Dragged In pulling first right here. Track number 3, I Won't Forget You versus track number 8, Every Rose. Battle the Ballads here.
Ooh, wow, that's a good one.
That's a battle. That's a good battle.
Damn.
Oh, Damo.
I mean, Every Rose Has Its Thorn is sort of like the king of all like power ballads. But I kind of like I Won't Forget You a little bit better. It kind of reminds me of like I don't know, it's kind of got like that simple kind of like childish sort of like charm to it that I like for some reason, but it's a bit cheesier, but I like it better.
Okay, so Dame goes, but I Won't Forget You. Mike D.
Yeah, and here goes the other song that I actually said I wasn't going to give any fives to, and I gave a 5 to Every Rose Has Its Thorn, and I like the other song too, but I think I'm going to edge it out with Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
Yeah, I Won't Forget You is a really good tune. I gave it a 4 out of a 5, but Every Rose, can't deny it. It's probably their biggest song. That's going to go to Open Up and Say Ah, gets the chips for that one. All right, Open Up and Say Ah.
That was the last 1 and 5 that I had put out here. So.
You shot your load.
Track number 5, Open Up and Say Ah, tear down the walls. And that's going against track number 10, Let Me Go to the Show. Damo.
Now, but you're frozen.
I'm moving.
Wait a second. Okay, Tear Down the Walls. Okay, so that's on because I'm keeping track of
Yeah, me
stats
too.
here.
I get the chips too.
This is actually kind of a tough one here.
Yeah, they're both not that good.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the other song because you cut out on me.
Tear Down the Walls versus Let Me Go to the Show.
Let me go to the yeah. Let me go to the show. I like a bit more than Tear Down Walls. Tear Down Walls is like just seems like a total filler track. Let me go to the show. It's kind of got some things in there that you remember, so I'm going with that one.
All right, Mike D.
Yeah, for me, Tear Down the Walls, just kind of like the middle of the road, just the middle of the pack kind of song. But I don't know, man. I didn't like Let Me Go to the Show at all. It was almost a 1 for me.
Let Me Go Show. I like the chorus. That's really about it. Tear Down the Walls, I think, edges it out for me. Chips are going to go to Open Up and Say Ah. Okay. From Open Up and Say Ah, track number 7, Fallen Angel versus tough one. Track number 1, Cry Tough. From Open Up and from Look at the Cat right there. Damo.
Oh, man, that is tough.
That's a tough one.
Because I really like both. But Fallen Angel is probably my favorite Poison song.
Yep.
So life just isn't fair sometimes. Gotta go Fallen Angel there.
Mike D.
Yeah, I'm with Damien on this one. It's a shame because, like, when I heard Cry Tough, I'm like, actually, this really isn't a bad song at all. But man, you're going against Fallen Angel. That's tough. That's a big staple on there.
You know what they say? Life ain't no easy ride. I guess that's what I'm told. Sometimes a rainbow, baby, never leads to a pot of gold. The will, something like that.
Yeah. Cry Tough, really good song. I like the little punkiness to it. Great opening track for that record. Fallen Angel, come on. That's probably the 4th best Poison song ever. So I want to go with Open Up and Say Ah, gets the chips. All right. Open Up and Say Ah. Track number 1, Love on the Rocks. And that's going against track number 6, Talk Dirty to Me. Damo.
Man. I like both of them. I like
You ranked cheese.
I gotta go Talk Dirty to Me. That's just like a classic at this point.
Oh, yeah. Mike D.
Yeah, I'm with Damo on this one. It's a lot of cheese going on, but
Probably Poison's third biggest song. Talk Dirty to me. Come on. Look what the cat dragged in, gets the chips.
Yeah.
Look what the cat dragged in for the Rumble Royale picks. Track number 4, Play Dirty versus
Wait, which one?
Play
pretty
Dirty.
dirty. Play dirty. Okay.
Open up and say ah. Oh, track 4 versus track 4. Good love.
Good Love has got the harmonica, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
it does. Yeah, it starts out with the harmonica thing.
A little bluesy, right?
Yeah, and I absolutely hate harmonicas. I'm not a fan of
Damien
harmonica.
does not like harmonicas.
does not
Nah,
like
I was
harmonica.
telling the guys at work, they're talking about my buddy's band had a violin player, and I was like, dude, and he was saying that the electric violin player left to go play with the old guitar player. And I said, well, at least it was the violin player, because he's probably like the most expendable member of the band, right? He was like, no, man, violin is cool. It's like, dude, violin,
I don't know.
violinist,
The older
harmonica
I-
player, you can get rid of them in a second.
Damien
You don't have to
don't want
worry about
that.
that.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know. I
Play
like
Dirty.
hearing different stuff sometimes, man. Like it
Oh,
just doesn't bother me.
Yeah, well, my buddy was describing his band, and I think you would probably like it. I mean, they have like electric violinists and this and that, but I don't know.
You going to Play
I don't
Dirty,
know.
Dame?
Yeah, Play Dirty. Just because I
Damo.
hate harmonica.
Going with Play Dirty. Mike D.
Yeah, that's a tough one too. But I'm going from what I had, and I had Tearing Down the Walls a little bit higher.
It's the wrong song, Mike. It's Good
I
Love.
mean, good luck. Same thing. I had it the same rank. I was just looking at the
Same
wrong
numbers.
line. Yeah, same numbers. Same thing. Good love.
Play Dirty's a decent song. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. And Good Love, I think production wise, by a half a point, it knocks it a little over. So open up and say gets it. Good Love. All right. Open up and say We're down to 2 left.
Wait, what happened there? You broke up.
I went
Good
with
love.
Good Love.
Good Love you picked.
Love,
Damn.
yeah. Yep. Open
Albert
up and
likes the
say-
harmonica.
I like the harmonica. All right,
Harmonica,
this one's going to be, I mean, who knows? We got track number 2. Open up and say nothing but a good time, which might be the best Poison song ever, I guess. Second best. Versus, look what the cat dragged in. Track 9, number 1 bad boy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's easy. Nothing but a good time that's a great party song. I mean, talking about like party anthems in the 80s.
Yep.
Nothing but a good time's up there. So as one of the best. So number 1 bad boy is just a bad song. It's a no-brainer. So nothing but a good time for sure.
Mike D.
Yeah, it's cheesy, but you know what? It's still a great song. Nothing but a good time.
Yeah, like I said, if Every Rose was probably their best song, Nothing But a Good Time's probably their second best song. Open up and say,
But,
gets the chips.
Looking at the cover with them on it, and they have a song number 1 bad boy. I don't.
You're not buying it.
No.
All right, guys, the last round here, the last chips. Look what the cat dragged in, track 7. I can't even fucking read my own writing. Oh my God.
Want some, need some.
There you go. Wow, it looks like I wrote down wall something. Want some, need some. Versus Back to the Rocking Horse. Damo.
That's a pretty even battle. Man, this is pretty tough. This might be the toughest one, I think, for me. I want to go with Want Some, Need Some.
Damo. Want some, need some. Mike D.
Yeah, back to the Rocking Horse edged it out for me.
And for me, Want Some, Need Some, I gave it 2. And Back to the Rocking Horse, I gave a 3.5.
Yeah.
Open up and say, ah. The way this goes is whoever wins the battle wins the chip. I have Open Up and Say, ah. 14 chips versus 6 chips for Look What the Cat Dragged In. So Open Up and Say, ah.
How does that work?
If you win the
Oh, I see
battle,
what you did.
win the
Okay.
chip.
Yeah, I'm looking at on my chart the way I had it, and Look What the Cat Dragged In. 1, 2, 3 rounds.
Yep.
Out of 10. So
That's exactly right. Yep.
And here's another interesting fact. Every round was a sweep, and if it wasn't a sweep, you guys outvoted me. So there was,
I don't think
never,
any. Yeah, right. Nobody else got outvoted.
Now,
right?
wait, if we broke it down to just Damien's votes, what would it have been?
if it was just my votes,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then the first album would have had 7 votes. 7 versus 3.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, because I voted for. Let me see. I Won't Forget You. That lost. I voted for Let Me Go to the Show. That lost. I voted for Play Dirty. That lost. And I voted for Want Some, Need Some. That lost also.
Wow.
So,
Mike, outright on your ranking when you were doing it yourself, what came out on top? Open Up and Say, oh.
I don't know the exact numbers, but it has to be Open Up and Say, I'm looking
Right.
at. Like, I don't have 1, 2 on Open Up and Say, ah. I have a 1 for one song on that album, but I have 5 2s on Look At the Cat Dragged In. So there was no way that was edging it out for me.
For me, the way I do my point system is it's 1 to 5 is my numbers, and then I divide it by how many tracks there are. So Poison, Look What the Cat Dragged In, for me, it was a 3.5 compared to Open Up and Say Ah was a 3.9. So yeah, I had Open Up and Say Ah.
I wonder if we could have thrown the third album in there, because I just thinking about it, I think I like that one the best. But I don't think that has 10 songs. No, it's got 14 songs.
That's the only Poison album I actually own.
It's
It's
the
It's
the
actually
third
really
one.
good. It's really good.
I think I actually bought it for I wasn't too much into buying singles at that point. I just picked up the album for like something to believe in.
Yeah.
But like the rest of it, I was like, yeah. I don't know.
It just sounded better. I thought they had like a huge name producer, Bruce Fairbairn, who did like Bon Jovi and Aerosmith at that time. You know, he did Slippery and Wet and New Jersey, and he did the Aerosmith records. It just sounded like a totally pro.
Yeah, but I don't know. The
album.
first time I heard Unskinny Bop, I'm like, really? I'm like, oh.
Dude, there's other good.
Like, this might just be one of the worst songs.
Miles
we need to change.
Miles Away's on that. That's a great fucking song. There's some good stuff on that.
Life Goes On. That's probably the
It's a good one.
best CC guitar solo ever. I mean, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Solo. Valley of Lost Souls is really good, but it's pretty good.
I actually put on
Revisit
the
that.
a little bit of Native Tongue for Mike to hear, and there's a total difference in sound in that record. It's
That
more,
is,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, you can tell
It's a
guitar
Richie
playing
Kotzen
wise.
album.
Yeah, you can
it's
tell
a Richie
guitar wise.
Kotzen album.
Oh
That
yeah,
is
the
some
guitars are phenomenal in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of neat
Yeah.
stuff in there. Different kind of player. But
Yeah, I
CC
saw, like,
is unique.
Yeah, CC he's his own person. But I saw I had a bootleg of one of the shows from the Flesh and Blood tour, and Richie Kotzen did not play any of CC solo.
Really?
He didn't do anything note for note. Or
Oh.
even like remotely resemble it. He just played his own solos to all those old songs.
Oh wow! Some of them solos are like the Kiss solos. It's like you want to hear, the solos. It's almost like a melody line. The solos.
Yeah, well, yeah. He pretty much said, "Fuck that, I'm doing my own thing."
Yeah, he really didn't
on
fit.
that.
He really didn't fit in. Great player, but
yeah, it was definitely like a stepping stone for him. When he joined the band, it actually got him like, a solo deal with Geffen. But he also auditioned for Ozzy like back in '95 right before Joe Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right at that time, and he said in an interview that he got the gig with Ozzy. But that's when the internet started becoming a thing, and like someone leaked it on AOL that the former Poison guitar player was playing with Ozzy, and it killed it right there.
Wow. Well, that's when everything was so hush hush, and you couldn't leak out.
Once word got out, because the fans started going, they were like totally against it.
But before we wrap up here, I will say that I didn't go to the stadium tour. I know Dame did, but all the videos I seen and all the praises, man, they're all praising Poison. They're saying Poison's really the best part of the show. I mean,
they sounded great.
Yeah,
they're great, man. I mean, they played like 55 minutes or an hour, and it was nothing but hits and high energy, and it was a good time, and also that, they went on like earlier, so the fans weren't worn out. They're totally into it,
Third band in, which is great. That's a great spot.
I gotta say, and then the genre of the poser band, Poison was the best.
Yeah.
There were, I mean, if they're definitely like off the top of my head, are probably one of the top 5.
Absolutely.
From the time, easily.
Absolutely.
I mean,
definitely. And it's weird. It's like, some people throw Motley in that, but I see Motley different than that. Motley's a different band.
I put them in there. I
maybe early on they were different, but
I mean, I would probably like the only band that's really sort of debatable to me is Guns N' Roses. Like,
no, I don't consider them in that.
They tried to throw them in that though.
Yeah,
no,
yeah. So I probably So when I say top 5, I'm not even considering them.
Right. You're probably talking about like I said, Poison,
be like
Motley.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, to me, it's like Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Poison.
Where you put your Rat, I don't know. They're kind of there, but not.
Rat's probably like 6, 7.
Yeah,
you got Whitesnake.
Yeah,
they're probably 6-ish. I don't know who 5 would be, but I mean, it's definitely Bon Jovi's 1. Def Leppard's
I agree.
2. I mean, even that could even be.
Yeah, but you know what? It's weird. Like back in the day, I would have considered Bon Jovi there, but I don't know. I consider Bon Jovi lumped in.
He's the dude. He's the king of the hair.
Well, it's the hair. I think that's what he got lumped in by. Is the look,
right? But like, I never looked at I don't think he was like a glam band or No, I look at him as more like storytelling, like exactly, like that John Cougar Mellencamp type of stuff. Just beefed up a little more,
Yeah. Which I think that's originally what he was kind of shooting for, and then they kind of like.
Well, they seen that genre getting big, and he was perfect for that genre. But he wasn't a big makeup guy or anything like that.
No.
He pretty much looked kind of normal. You know what I mean? Pretty much.
Like, I never went to one of his concerts, but he always seemed like it was just a good show. Like the stuff that he did, like going over the crowd and stuff.
Oh yeah, Bon Jovi was great live.
It's still in the same umbrella, though. I mean, you can't.
No, it goes into that 80s stadium rock kind of, right? I mean, that's what it kind of
yeah, I mean, you could pretty much guarantee anybody that was listening to Poison back then was listening to Bon Jovi.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's not like, it's not like Bon Jovi and Megadeth or something.
Yeah.
It's like the same the same family,
Yeah, exactly. So for this episode of Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes, open up and say Al takes the win. I like the new way we're doing this. I actually got the idea kind of from the Kiss FAQ, where they were doing Kiss battles, and they were just instead of going song versus song, they were actually pulling out of a hat or pulling numbers out. And I think it's a lot more fun this way. Definitely a lot more fun this way, because
it's probably a little more even that way too.
Yeah, because I mean, man, the Metallica Megadeth one was so tough because you had just great song versus great song. It was just tough. So That's it. We'll see you guys next week. Mixtapes and tasty cakes. See ya.